Welcome into the postgame show. I'm joined by head coach Doug Novak after his Trojans just took a 10-point victory, 63-53 over the Lee Flames. It is the third win over the Flames this season. And coach, I don't know if you knew this, but this is the first time that the Lee Flames have lost in the quarterfinal round of the Gulf South Conference Tournament. Before this, they have been 10-0. Thoughts on that?
Yeah, I'm glad you told me after. I had no idea.
Yeah, I didn't want to throw that out to you before
Appreciate
the game.
it.
But, Coach, this was kind of a defensive slugfest to start. Then it kind of had an offensive run there in the middle, and then it kind of returned back to a defensive slugfest. We'll get a look at some of the highlights. But tell us a little bit about just the ebbs and flows and the different styles that happened in this game.
We hit 15 for 28 from three last time we played them. And it looks like we're 3 for 17, and they're 3 for 18. Yeah. So you got to find different ways to win games.
Yeah.
So that's great when you can hit 15, but most of the time you can't. So we were able to go inside. And again, we didn't have great success, but our hand was right on top of that glass, and we just missed a ton of shots around the rim. But we were able to have a 9-point lead going into the half. And I thought we missed a lot. And then Cheyenne came through, and she got basically the same looks, created them off of a little cross-screen action, and did a great job. She finished them, and those were crunch time shots. Yeah. And again, sometimes you make them, sometimes you don't, but she was fantastic down the stretch. Her catches were clean. She was so incredibly balanced going against an incredible center. For those guys, I have so much respect for that team and how they play. But I thought she did a great job, and I thought the whole team – you see a team growing, you can see it before your eyes. So they can do it with defense, they can do it with shooting, and sometimes they've got to do it with some toughness. And it's usually a combination of all of them. But tonight it was straight toughness and will to win that game.
Tell me a little about the first quarter defense for you guys. When it got down to it, you went into the half with the first half defense. You went into the half with a 9-point lead, and they were shooting less than 30% from the field. And just as we were, they were really struggling from beyond the arc as well. Tell me a little bit about how you were able to limit their good looks on offense.
Well, it's like one time we held Stephen Curry at Davidson when I was coaching at the Citadel. We held him to 3 points. We knocked out his front teeth 3 minutes into the game. One of our guys pivoted at the elbow and turned and knocked down. That's why he wears a mouthpiece to this day. Well, one of the big differences in the game was that Zero got into foul trouble. So she only played 8 minutes of that half. And so while we did play great defense, it's also personnel. They didn't have their best personnel out there at that particular time, which helped us. But, that being said, their backup is not bad, and she's a really good player, but we still got the job done.
Okay, so, Coach, I can't just blow past this. Are you saying you're part of the reason that Steph Curry wears a mouthpiece to this day?
Yeah, and actually we teach the stride stop at the elbow and at the block or in that charge circle, and you turn away from the defense. And this particular player did a stride stop where I'm dribbling with your right hand, right foot hits, left foot comes down. And so you pivot away so that you don't have pressure. Well, he decided we call this a waffle. He waffled like this right into Steph's teeth. And so that was the only way we could stop that guy.
That is an incredible fun fact about you, Coach. I'm so glad you brought that up. Okay, now back to our game. There were 6 ties and 4 lead changes in this game. It was a back-and-forth contest, and each team having runs of their own. Tell me a little about what you learned about your team in this contest as they responded to that adversity.
Over the course of the year, you're put in these situations, and there have been some times this year where we didn't do as well. Like taking somebody's run on, and we thought something was wrong. We're just saying this is part of college basketball. They are a great team. We're a good team. So you're just going to get a little bit of ebbs and flows. There's nothing wrong. We just tighten up a few things. We're okay. So I learned that we're maturing. We're growing into a team. And again, we are supporting each other. The number of times that bench says, you're fine. Like somebody makes a mistake. You're okay. You're okay. And that's a really cool thing because sometimes, everybody can be a cheerleader when things are going well and we're shooting 15 threes and all that, and we're all good. It's all happy. But when you really need a friend and when you really need a teammate is when you just turned it over, when you didn't follow the defensive assignment and you mixed up, I need that next play. And so we don't need everybody getting upset with that player. What we do is we need to lift them up. And I think we have a team that's really lifting each other up.
Well, Coach, it gets no easier from here. Gulf South Conference Tournament play continues. You go on the road to face the #1 seed in Alabama, Huntsville, who got the win today over West Alabama. What is the key for this team moving forward as you go on to the semifinals?
Well, I think both teams are who they are right now. So we just want to be the best version of ourselves and give those guys a competitive game and see what happens if we can keep that thing close and what happens down the stretch.
Coach, thank you very much for the time. Congratulations on moving on. Go get them in the semifinals. Don't go anywhere, folks. We're going to talk to our player of the game, Cheyenne Trotter, in just a moment.